Alrighty, howdy folks. Let's do some more dev. First though, I need to get Node installed because I have it installed here, and I've, like a thing I did earlier today at the local Edinburgh game dev meetup was change the project to use like Webpack for building. So I need to install Node because I don't have it apparently on here because I don't use Linux very much these days. So what am I doing? I'm looking for install because I'm going to use NVM. Installing NVM. Install NVM. Okie dokie. This thing. Okay. Oh, no, not that. Did it really just do it already? It did? Okay, cool. NVM install. What's the list versions? Oh no, it didn't do it, sorry. Oh. Run these. Okay. NVM. Yep. How's my list available? Oh, I can just install the latest one. NVM install LTS or install Node. Sure. Should be fine. npm CI. npm run serve. Let's hope everything I set up earlier works. Localhost 8000, it does, cool. And everything's all good, neat. Let me split. Let's do a horizontal split. And I'll take that over there onto my other screen, and we'll get Sublime up. Oh yeah, let's register Sublime while I'm at it. Sublime license key. Make sure not to show this on screen. Enter license, bring that over here. Use license. There we go. Sorted. Let's just check a couple of things. Before getting started, got a notification on YouTube. Just wondering, do you have achievement notifications off? Yes. I think so. Okay, so task for today. Let's get this aligned properly. Cool. Hello, welcome back. We're continuing. I've actually done some work between last time and this time, although none of it's really visible. There's a few bug fixes to the physics, but most of it was that my project's now more complicated, but also less complicated in terms of me actually editing it. I set up Webpack for bundling everything so that I can split things between multiple files. So like I've got my input handling in here, and I've cleaned up some of that a bit as well. Like I've got a class for input handling, and just makes things a bit easier to manage. I've got a class for physics. No, I don't. I just have a function called update physics. So I moved physics out. So my index.js is a lot simpler now. You managed to compile your game for Emscripten, but you have issues with keyboard events not working. Oh dear, I've never done any Emscripten stuff. So what have you written your game in? Like C, C++, Rust? Yeah, my onLoad function is a lot simpler now. It's like load level, it passes the level to the game state, and then like creates a renderer, so all the rendering is in the renderer. It creates an input handler, and then we tick every animation frame, and every animation frame we basically do two things. One is update physics, and next is render. Update physics takes the current game state, the current inputs, because that will affect the physics, like we might move a character, move the player character, current timestamp and the FPS. So there's probably like a nicer way I could have passed that in, but whatever, it's good enough. And then the renderer takes the game state and draws it. And game state is a class that contains like the player state, the level state, and then a couple of other things like when did we jump and whatever. I might end up breaking this up a little bit because I want one thing to contain things that I want to serialize for the undo stack. Whereas I think like that doesn't make sense to put in there, and neither does that, so but I'll figure that out later. C++ SDL2, fun. I used to run the C++ meetup in Edinburgh. I guess technically I still do, I just haven't done it for years, since the pandemic basically. So I know a fair bit of C++, but I don't know much Emscripten stuff. I mean, do you have to hook in like the browser events to it yourself? I don't know, like, or does it have like default behavior where it should like pick up keyboard events automatically? I mean, I guess the problem is in C++ to do keyboard events, you have to go into like platform specific code. So you must have to hook into it somehow, right? And I guess your platform specific code is with SDL. So maybe does Emscripten have like an understanding of SDL where it's like, oh, if I just like swap out SDL for this JavaScript library or other, what's it called? WebAssembly library. Hey, Super Uniform. How are you doing? I need to set my goal for today. So my goal, because I did a bunch of this earlier, all this refactoring stuff. My goal for today is to get pushing working. I want to be able to push this block. Oh, well, I've just encountered a bug. I'm not holding left and I'm moving left. Something wrong with my input handler. This should remove. So I'm doing a thing where I add, like if I press left or press right, I'm adding it to a stack so that I can like hold right, hold left, and then let go of left and still continue going right, and then also vice versa. So basically the latest one you pushed overrides the other one. So how did I just get stuck moving left? It's the spam inputs. I wonder if it might have been a case of like, I did that and clicked off. Yeah, that's probably what happens. I should probably deal with that, but later. To do clear inputs when losing focus on the game. Cool. Oh yeah, I've got auto reloading now just by default. So if I like go to physics and I say jump velocity 24 and I click and I just control S to save, I can jump, well, a lot higher. Ta-da! 12, there we go, and we're back to normal. Neato. I also fixed a couple of the weird edge cases, like jumping up here. Oh no, so okay, without me losing focus, I had a problem then. Why? Why? This should remove, ooh. Oh, but maybe it was, no, because I did just reload. I should just log that input stack and see what's going on. Come on, jump up. There we go. How did that happen? Spam inputs until it happens again. How did that happen? Is it possible for two of an event to get two of a movement to get pushed on? Well, no, because like up would remove it. Like, I don't think you can get two key down events in a row, or you can if there's repeat on. I wish it were easy to reproduce the issue. I'm just going to spam my keyboard until it happens again. Why don't I add logging and then that'd be better, right? Let's do this here. Console log. So this is my stack of horizontal movements. 2 is right, 8 is left, okay. So I'm just using an enum. Let me hold on down. How did that happen? Ooh, what happened there? No, yeah, there were 2 things in the array. That's fine. Well, I know what it's going to say. It's just going to say like, oh, like left is still in the queue, but I won't know why. So I probably need to log the events as well. Okay, it happened. Well, okay, let's log the events. If only I was logging the events before I did that. Console log. Let's just log event key. So up. Event key, and then up here we'll log down event key. Okay, let's make it happen again. Let's keep doing this. I don't think it's got anything to do with this thing, like jumping up this gap, but it's happening when I do things around here. So you can see what happens if I hold left, and then press right, I get 8, then 2, and if I let go, then it goes back to just 8 again. Yeah. Okay, let's keep doing this. Until we make it... Oh, it's happened, okay. It has happened. So right now I have a 2 on the stack, which is right, even though I let go of right. So we've got a up arrow right. Aha, we had two arrow rights on here. Have I just... no. 2 arrow rights. So what did we have before the 2 arrow rights? So we had a 2 and an 8. We had an up arrow left, which would have removed the 8. Sure. And then a down arrow right. That should have... Okay, so yeah, so how has a down arrow right happened there? Scroll for a bit more. Down. Up. Oh no, so it was here as well, 2, 2. I need to find the beginnings of the 2 2s. Okay, it's around here. So down arrow right, we've got a 2 on the stack. Up arrow left, the 8's gone. And then another down arrow right happens. Why? What's the situation where you can get 2 of the same event? Same 2 key down events without... I mean, there's an easy fix here, which is just check whether it's already there or not, but I want to find out why. 2 key down events without a key up. I'm sure I've experienced this before. JavaScript missing key up events. Having more key down events than key up events is actually expected behavior when you hold down a key. Yeah, but I've got if event repeat return, so that shouldn't happen. I guess maybe it's just a weird quirk of... Well, let's do the simple solution, which is if this dot horizontal movement stack dot index of movements left equals -1, then to this. So only add it if it's not there. And then, okay, so that should never happen again. It's hard to test, but whatever. I'm gonna assume it's fixed. Where's my terminal? There it is. Okay. Fix. Inputs getting stuck. Alrighty. One thing I did is I reduced the coyote time. Like, almost maybe too much. I'm actually not totally sure it's working. I'm not sure it's working. Yeah, so like something I was messing with this code down here that like does the jumping. I ended up really ugly, so I'm going to revisit this at some point. Oh, I already fixed that issue, but that's the. So I was fixing that issue, which was figure out why double tapping jump allows a high jump, and in doing that, I made this code really ugly. So to do this code is super ugly, and I think I broke coyote time. That's fine. Okay. Alright, so the actual thing I want to do is detect me pushing on this block. So first thing I want to know is like, can I consistently expect a left collision to be happening if I'm pushing on there? Because if I can, I'm just going to trust it. Let's say, no, I'm going to log every time. Left collision. It's a number, annoyingly. I haven't refactored the physics code much. It's still all terrible. So there's no left collision right now. The problem is, okay, no, there's not a left collision there. So once you get pushed away, there isn't. And then if I hold against it, there is consistently. Okay, that makes things a lot easier. Is the same true with right collision? Because it's like slightly asymmetric because of like floating point shenanigans. No, yeah, so it's asymmetric if I just stand here. But I can like say, am I holding right? And there's a right collision. Okay, so that should be simple enough. That would just be also like whether I'm on the ground is relevant. So should I do this later? Like near the jump handling? Maybe. Let's say, I don't know. I don't know exactly when I should do it. Because on ground can change. Yeah, okay, so we will do it down here. Before or after that, I'm not sure I care. So if on ground and right collision, which I'll do this, well, is not null. Let's do that. Right collision is not null. It's totally possible. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is if on ground, maybe it should just go in here, where I'm also allowing the jumps to happen. That makes sense. Okay. If, what was I going to say? Right collision, not null, and there was a, what's my variable called for like how I'm moving? Horizontal movement. Where is it? There it is. Horizontal movement equals movement right. And then we'll have an else if left collision is not null and horizontal movement equals movement left. And then it's just for now log. Pushing right. Pushing left. Okay. Nothing happens. Oh, it crashes. Why? Does it crash? No. Pushing right works. Pushing left doesn't. Did I mess something up? Oh yeah. Whoops. Pushing left. Pushing right. Pushing left. Pushing right. Okay. And then I'm going to have something that's like, if you're pushing left for like some fraction of a second, then actually do the push. Something I was thinking about is like, should I only detect a pushing right and pushing left against boxes? I think actually no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just detect pushing against any surface. Throw that into the grid-based game update logic code, which doesn't exist yet. And then if it's pushing against a static surface like a wall, the rules to say it doesn't do anything. That way, that way if I need to deal with pushing later for any other reason, which I think I do, I'll be able to handle it with the same code, even if it's against a wall or whatever. That feels right to me. Okay. Okay. So if you're like between two things, like here, left, right, okay, left, right. So I'm gonna want a timestamp of like when I started pushing, and then if I'm not pushing, ooh, okay. I'm actually going to want separate timestamps. Am I really? Not really, because it's not like I can push both directions at once. But I would need to reset it. Ooh. It might be nicer to have separate timestamps. Because like when I'm not pushing, let's say like in between one frame and the next frame, I'm pushing left and then pushing right. I don't want it to continue using the same timestamp. I want it to have cleared, which I'd rather clear just by saying if the thing's not happening. I think I'm gonna have two separate timestamps. I think it just makes things a bit nicer. If collision, and then the timestamp will go in game state for now, just like these timestamps. This left push timestamp, start timestamp. Oh, also, one thing I did is I renamed my constants in the physics to include the units. Friction, cells per second squared. That's supposed to be. Oh, wait. What did I change? Oh yeah, I am changing stuff in here. Okay. We want a null. Null is an option. Right. And then so that was left and right, cool. Then if game state dot left push start timestamp is null, then we are going to set it to the current timestamp. Otherwise, we're not going to set it. If we're not pushing, oh, that's not left, it's right. I should have copied that code because it's going to be the same in the next one. This will be left. Left push start timestamp. If we're not pushing, then just set it to, sorry, just hit my microphone. Right push start timestamp is null. Game state right push start, no, left push. It's null, and then I need a thing that's saying if we're still pushing, and if we're still pushing and it has been a certain amount of time, timestamp minus that. Let's just say a second for now. Console log right push exclamation mark, and then similar over here. Let's see if obviously I could deduplicate this code, but whatever for now. This will be left push times down, left push. These will also want to cancel the pushing. That's going to get more complicated, but for now, let's just do it. The time will just start again. So basically I'll get a sequence of left push, left push, left push every second, in theory. Okay. Hold down, left push, left push, left push, left push. And it stops. Then go back to it, left push, left push. Let's go to this wall over here. Right push, right push, right push. It kind of feels like it's longer than... So if I go stand next to this box as well and hold it for less than a second, okay, less than a second, less than a second, keep doing it for less than a second, yeah, it just keeps resetting. I have to do it for a whole second, then I get a left push. Cool. However, I don't want it to be that long, do I? What should we call this? Well, it's going to be something times 1,000. Push, hold, time, seconds. Sure. Let's say, I don't know, like 1/5 of a second. I just don't want accidental pushes to happen. Obviously it won't actually do a bunch in the sequence because you have to watch it animate. But I probably will allow, like, well, if I've got the time, I'll make animations skip, so you'll be able to like tap left, 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 and it'll just do it. Like, part of what I'm even doing here, and the part of the reason I'm even doing all this stuff is because I just want to experiment with like having continuous physics with grid-based mechanics and the animations and all that stuff. Okay, so how easy is it for me to accidentally push right now? Quite easy. It should probably be a bit longer. That was 2 left pushes, maybe half a second. I don't know, we'll see. We shall see. Once the actual pushing's in. Okay, so we know about left pushes, we know about right pushes, which will be the only kinds of pushes we have. So I don't need to implement this like symmetrically in all directions. Right push. Oh, it doesn't happen while floating, right? So if I like do this. So it's currently 2 right pushes. There's still 2 right pushes. Let's make it really short just to check that. 1/10 of a second. So I didn't, in that entire process, okay, I did a right push then. How though, actually? Ooh, okay. Ooh. So going down there's a right push. But it should only be happening when I'm on the ground. On ground, this stuff happens. Oh, there's gonna be an awkward thing here of like, I'm not resetting this if I'm not on ground, which I would want to. I'm not sure if that's what the cause of this issue is. Yeah, I don't want... Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be messy for now, it's fine. It's gonna be messy forever, let's face it. This is a game jam game. Let's not pretend it's ever gonna be nice. I don't think that's gonna fix the issue though. It did fix the issue. Okay. I do get left pushes like that. Okay, whatever. We just accept it. It fixed the issue. I don't know why, but sure. Oh, what happened then? Oh, what is happening there? Oh. Am I getting stuck? Huh. So I'm pressing left and then holding right. For some reason I continue going left. Until like a while afterwards. Is that just an input issue? Oh yeah, the 2 doesn't even appear until... Wait, why? Why does it take that long for the... Not... Okay. Doesn't happen all the time as well. Why does it take that long for the 2 to appear? Weird. Okay, let's put these logs back in. Console log. Down. Event key. Up. I like how I get the events of me pressing Control R. So it detects the arrow, right? But doesn't add it. Am I... Oh, there we go. I made a mistake. I put a right... Oh, I put a left where I meant to have a right. Whoops. Okay. That probably fixes that issue. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's gone. Alrighty. Fall, jump, do that. I'm not pushing on anything yet. If I push on here... Left push, left push, left push, left push. Cool. Now, actually, let me do that in a gap as well. So down here. Right push, right push, right push, left push, left push. If I just keep toggling without holding them for a second though, I don't push. Yep, cool. Neat. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alrighty, so we know when we're pushing. We are pushing when these logs happen. This is such a mess. Whatever. So now I need to figure out how I'm actually going to do my discrete game logic. It's not physics. Physics is just for the continuous stuff. So I think I kind of want my physics function could just return an event. This could be the simplest way to start things. Return an event that's happening. I think only one can ever happen, like a left push or a right push. Yeah. And then I pass that to another function, which is an update game state function, which handles the meaning of that event. I think that would be fine. Let's do it. So we're just going to have this function is just going to return an event, which might be null. We're not doing anything, we're not using a typed language, so I just have to remember that might be null. Event. Oh, I probably shouldn't call it event, because that I mean, it kind of is an event. I mean, why not? I don't have any other events in here. My input logic's in the other one. Event equals, for now, let's just give it a type, left push. I'm just going to use a string for now, and then a position of the player. That's where the push originates from, sure. Or the position of the thing I'm pushing on. I could do it puzzle script where I'm just saying, oh, there's a movement, it's here. What's my preference? Let's just stick with this for now. Left push, and we'll do the player's position. Position will be x player position dot x and y. Let's format this a bit nicely. Player position dot y. And then similar over here. Oh, that's not a left push, that's a right push. Left push, cool. And then we'll return event at the end of this function. Do I ever? I do return in other places, right? No, no. No, I don't, okay. Update physics, const event equals. So if event is not null, then console log event.type. Well, let's just log the whole event. Okay, I'm gonna push on this. Type left push, position something. Okay, I want a discrete position at this point. Yeah. Which is fine. I just floor the player's position. Here we go. Here. Be nice if I wasn't duplicating this code in 2 places, but it's a game jam game. So messy code is kind of part of everything. Okay. Left push. 11, 11. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's correct. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's also correct. Whoop, whoop. Left push, right push, right push. That should say 9, 11. 9, 11. There we go. That's the correct position. Left push. Right push. Right push. Okay. All good. All good. Which we're then going to pass to... Oh gosh, as soon as we have like... Oh gosh, yeah. As soon as we have animations... We'll start without animations though, it's fine. Do I ever want to update game logic without... I probably do want to update game logic without events happening, although exactly how do I fit that in? I don't know. For now, because I'm only going to be updating game logic when events happen, let's say update... what should I call it? I'm going to call it apply rules. Or apply game logic. Or apply discrete logic. Apply rules. I'll do. We'll pretend it's puzzle script. Apply rules on the game state. At this point, do we need the input handler? We probably will at some point, but I don't think right now. And I don't think we need those things. Okay, apply rules, game state. Oh, we need the event. It's happening. Okay, there is no apply rules function though, so I'm surprised it's not complaining about that. Oh, it will do when I do this. Yeah, okay. Apply rules is not defined. So, do I want a new... I think I do want a new file for this. Rules.js. And then export function apply rules game state event. And then over here we're gonna have import, not that yet, in here import apply rules from rules. Cool, and then if I push on stuff, nothing happens. Perfect. So let's just make it snap for now. That should be doable. I'm gonna do it in a really hacky way. I need to change my Sublime settings so that it defaults to spaces for indentation. So for now, that basically means well, the fun thing is because it's not puzzle script, we can do our logic in a really simple way. Just be like, well, you know, if we're pushing left, then we check the space to the left. Well, we apply movement to the space to the left. Yeah, how should I do this? I mean, let's just begin with the absolute simplest possible thing I could do. When type is, what was the thing? It was the push dash left. Should I call it like forced position or? Or like affected position. Affected position. Affected position would be event position. Well, X is event position X minus 1. Y is event position Y. No, Y. There we go. And the absolute simplest thing I could do is just do level. Oh yeah, it's level data. And then it's Y then X, because I made things confusing for myself. But it's fine. Effective position. Well, I want to know, first of all, is the box. If. And I should make a function for checking the level data instead of this. If effective position Y and effective position X. This is kind of disgusting at the moment, but it's going to be index of. I'm going to import object types from level. Is that where I put that? Yeah. Sure. If index of box does not equal -1, then we are pushing on a box. Let's just log that to make sure. And left push box is only left. Okay, so right shouldn't do that. Left doesn't do it either. Let's just check we are here. We should be. We are not. Why are we not? Are we here? Yes, we are. Event type is not push left? What? Oh, they call it left push. I did. I actually prefer it the other way around. Let's change that to push right. Push left. Rules. Push left. Okay, I expect this will probably just work now. Left push box, okay, and if I right push box, nothing happens. If I left push wall, nothing happens. Cool. If that's the case, then what we're actually going to do is, yeah, I should really make this nicer. We're going to remove that. Const existing box index. Sure, if existing box index does not equal -1, then splice that out of there. I mean, I also need to check those walls, but we'll sort that out later. Game state dot level dot data. Why don't I just? No, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing. Oh, yeah, okay. I really need to simplify this code. I always forget what's what. I used it in input splice. Okay. Doesn't JavaScript have a remove function now? I think it does. Array.remove. JavaScript. Maybe not. Splice existing box index 1. That'll remove it from that position, and then we'll also add it to. There's so many issues with this, but like, well, if there's already a box in that position, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to do this and say effective position y, no, x -1. Okay, let's push on this box. Hey, it moved, and so did all the other boxes. They all disappeared. Why? Why? Well, that's funny. I can push that box though. Oh, do I have something where I'm pushing the same? Maybe. Hold on. When I load the level, do I have like a reference? Push row data, object character map C. Yeah, okay. I need to actually copy that. Okay. We could easily just do like push that. No. What are you saying? That is an array. Array push. Oh. Wait, there? No? Hold on. What have I done? Yeah. That there. That there. Oh, level data is not iterable. You can do that to push multiple things into an array. Let me just log that. Oh, I'm just getting 1. Why am I getting 1? Oh, of course, because that just returns the index of the thing that was pushed. Let's just do this. Const cell is that cell push. And then we'll push cell here. Oh, we're not pushing cell. That was just logging cell. There we go. Okay. So here, push, push, push. Look, I've got grid-based pushing, but only in one direction. And I can't push the walls. No, but I can push boxes into the walls. And then through the walls. Perfect. It's not what I want, but it'll do for now. Alrighty. Push, push, push. Should we tidy a bunch of things up? Probably. Let's first... Let's make a kind of has. Should I do that? Sure. So on the level, which currently isn't a class, maybe we should make it a class. Give it some methods for like checking what's in the level. I think that makes sense. Okay, class level. Which is always just going to be the same level, so I can just like move all that into there. Sure, that's fine by me. I'm actually going to do this dot width. Is that? And this dot height. Quotes. That's that, and this dot data. This dot data. This level data. That's fine. Cool. Export default level. That's fine. Index. We're gonna do level here instead of that. And then here we're gonna do new level. Cool. Cool. Everything's still working. So let's do a has object type. Or object exists, or has object, let's just call it that. Also, I'm so inconsistent about whether I put like spaces before brackets or not. It's all because of standard JS's fault. Has object is going to be a function that takes a position with X and Y properties and then a object type. It's basically going to do this code. Yep. Splitting it this way will mean that, like, when I remove, I'm like searching again. Although I'm going to change it so that I'm not searching through an array, so it's fine. This dot data. Position, object type. Okay. Then here, that means no here, that means I can just do level, no, game state, level has object, effective position. Let's check that works. Push, cool. That's nice to read. Then we need a remove object and add object. Or I could do a move object. Like with a, that's probably makes sense with a from position and to. And I could even use it for like teleporting objects around if I want or something. Do I want that? I don't know. I could also do it with just like a direction if I don't want that. But let's do, I'm going to call it transfer object, from position to position, object type. Oh yeah, I'm returning the index, so in theory I could... Oh, actually that's wrong. Whoops. It should be that. That's fine. Transfer object from there. We're just gonna... I mean, I should probably just have a remove. Add object, position, object type. And then remove object, position, object type. And then implement transfer object in terms of those. So removing, we'll just grab our code from here, which is this, although we'll have to do the find thing. Yeah, it's fine, because I'm going to change this anyway. Index, so this is going to be position Y, position X, object type, that's correct. This is position Y, position X, this should be this dot data. Splice index 1. Okay, add object is going to be, I guess I don't want to do it if it already exists. So I guess, I mean, I also should do if index is not equal -1. So then similarly here, but if it, wait, yes. If it is -1, then at that position we want to push object type. sure, if I implement transfer objects in terms of these two, I'm like searching for the thing twice. Although I'm not, because they're different positions. So, yeah. Transfer object is going to be this dot remove object from position object type, and then this dot add object to position object type. Then over here I can do game state level. Let's actually just do here game state level. Just game state dot level, because I'm gonna be accessing that a lot. Level. They call it transfer objects. Is that what they called it? Yes. From effective position to effect position X. X is -1, and then Y is effective position Y, and then the object type is object types.box. See if we can still push the box. We can. Cool. That's a bit nicer. Oh, wait, this is... Yes, this code's still wrong. That should just be if. If has objects. Okay, cool. Obviously I shouldn't be able to push it through the wall, but it's fine-ish. Because we'll implement more complicated logic for how this works afterwards. Alrighty, that's pushing left. Should I do the other refactoring I want to do right now? Or should I? Okay, let's just do this. If effective position, let's just like not allow multi-push at the moment. In fact, let's just call effective position from position, and then have a to position, which is just that. To position, and then what was I going to do? I was going to say if let's just make it for walls right now, because I can't like do multiple things, but I will be able to soon. Wall into position doesn't have wall into position, so now I shouldn't be able to push it through the wall. I can't. Yay! Okay. Shall we generify this? Genericize? Sure. It's a bit silly, isn't it? We can still call it push and just do the direction as like -1 or 1. No, that should be 1. That's, yeah. -1. That's fine, that'll do. So if the event is push, then the from position is plus event.dir plus event.dir. And now I can push in both directions. Yep. Yep. Da-da. Where's somebody knocking on my wall? Da-da. La 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 la. And it won't go through the wall, right? Indeed, it won't. Cool. Hey, I've got block pushing in my physics puzzler. What I actually want to happen as well, which maybe I could just do now, is if this happens, well, this is not actually what I want to happen. I want something more complex to happen, but if the push happens, then I want the player position to just shift over. I could just do this. Plus equals duh. I feel like with floating point things, this could be weird, but... Oh, it crashed. Oh, event.duh. Okay. Yeah. Look, it's almost like I'm playing a puzzle script game as soon as I start pushing stuff. Do I want the time to be a bit shorter? Push hold time seconds. 1.3. One, two, three. Like, is it tricky to stop at the right time? So like above this wall. Not really. It's pretty easy. Especially if animations will be happening as well. Okay. In fact, with animations in, I might want to change it even more. Okay, cool. Done. Not really. Okay, let's commit that. Single block pushing, because now I want to do a bit of refactoring. The main thing I want to refactor, I think, is the way I'm storing the level. I want it to be more puzzle script-like. I don't have to go the whole way, though. How many different kinds of object do I think I'll have? Like, what I think I should do is store the, like, basically use bits to represent the objects, and then bitwise add them together, bitwise all of them together, and then I can do bitwise checks to see what's in there, and that'll help me when it comes to, because I'll have basically the equivalent of what do they call them? Properties in PuzzleScript. I always think of them as groups, so I'm just going to call them groups. So I can have like solid, and it can be object types, wall, and then later if I want to add another solid object, I can just OR it with something else. That makes sense to me. Should I do it in binary or in hex? I think in binary, just because it's a bit nice to visualize. It kind of highlights the way it works a bit better. So I'm obviously not actually using this yet, but I guess I could in a second. Okay, so those are my object types. So do I want to just like say cell is 0? Oh, okay, so I can actually simplify this and say const cell 0. We're always going to push cell in. We're just going to modify it if there's a character here that matches one of these. We're going to do cell or equals that. Oh, it might be multiple. So right, so these just need to become, yeah, okay, that's fine. Cell or equals that. Oh, why think, oh, it's fine, it's there. That's gonna complain because it's constant, yeah, that's fine. Not iterable, of course, now everything's broken because I've changed that. That's fine. Renderer. So you try and render the states. Level data. Okay, there's only one place where I look at the level data. Oh yeah, that makes sense because I just loop over it. So I can't iterate this anymore. I guess what I should do is, I mean, I could just iterate the object types, which is a bit nasty. Although I would have to. I'll also put another if in here. If this is not 0, or maybe I'll do it actually the other way around and just do an early continue. Otherwise, should we just loop through the object types? Object type of object types. If that, well, so let's do const cell equals that. If cell is 0, then there's nothing in it. Then we're looping the object types. If cell, what do? You do and object type is greater than 0, which is just that. I mean, there's going to be many other places. Oh, so I'm not actually importing. Oh, yes, I am. It's not iterable. Wait, what is object types? Ah, oh, okay. Annoying. I mean, it's fine. I mean, like, oh yeah, I can just do. Yeah. Okay. Everything's changed color. Wait, the boxes have become walls. Because I'm not actually. I guess what I actually wanted to say here, because this is badly written right now, is if it's object. This is. Oh, wait, what? Oh yeah, I guess for now, because this is badly written, I don't actually have to loop. I can just say if cell and object types wall, then okay, cool. And we've got other problems, we just fall to the floor. That's fine. It's totally fine, right? I'm actually surprised the physics is running. Level data. Oh, because we do length. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Cool. We've got to update all these. Wait, so solid... No, okay, so if I'm going to have groups, then solid should actually contain both of them. Both things are solid. Object types, box. Pushable should contain just box. Static should contain just walls for now. There might be more stuff later. Okie dokie. So what I actually want to know... Well, we're going to have to update this. Has objects, transfer objects. Yep. So this position has an object if when we end it, it's greater than 0. Yes, I believe so. For these two, we don't need an index anymore. So to just add an object, yeah, this becomes a lot nicer when you do it like this. Why am I doing all this? Just copy it from there. I just need to set, which is or equals object type. Done. Nothing to even check. And then to remove. How do you remove? How do you remove with bitwise operations? I've got one there. I want to get rid of that one. Do I want to... I just want to keep all the others. So to keep them, we would AND. So we want to AND with the inverse. Okay. So it's going to be like this. And we're going to AND with the inverse of that. Have I got that right? Well, I don't know yet because I need to fix the physics. So what this actually was supposed to be checking is there something solid there? So this is the point where I actually want to implement, and the thing is object type can be a group. These will all work. Yeah. So I can say has object. Yes, if I AND with the thing, then and yep. So I can say has object level has object. Annoyingly, I'm gonna have to construct my position here. Oh, I used to have that and I changed it, so I don't have it anymore. Let's just do it like this. Left probe X. Probe X, probe X, Y, Y is just Y, which I don't actually have to repeat, but I will, because, yeah. So if that position has object groups, what do they call it? Solid. I just want to know if anything solid is there. Yes. I think without uppercase though. I think I've been naming them like that. Yeah. Okay, I need to import object groups though. From level. Oh look, my collisions are working. Not with the box, but with not with the box. Weird. I'm not expecting anything to work right now though. What was I about to do? I just got distracted by the fact it worked. Oh, I thought I wasn't like exporting the object groups. I guess I am. Yeah, I am. Okay. So back to the physics. We want to do the same with you. So this code's actually gotten longer, but it wouldn't do if I changed some of the code somewhere, but it's fine for now. Right probe X, Y. Right probe X. Okie dokie. Why am I falling through the things? Solid should include... This is the probe that would end up holding me up. Ah, it's fine. So this is up probe Y, up probe X. Is it? But up here I like... Oh yeah, so here I've got it 9, okay. That's how I want it to be in that one. But for some reason I've made these two like not consistent with each other. Oh yeah, because that one does the casting. Yeah, okay. We'll fix that later. So again, this is has object, but for up probe. Okay. And then this is has object, down probe. Yeah, down probe. Cool. Level data. Well, I guess this becomes a lot simpler. Not quite, because I do still have to... Player here, though, is just... Yeah, I could just do, like, player cell position. It's going to be X player math.floor player position X Y math.floor player position Y. I'm doing it outside this if because I'm pretty sure I need it lower down as well. So then this is just level. Oh, it's not that simple because of the X's. Whatever. Has object. So that bit's true. No, it's not because I also do plus dir. Okay. It's fine. Player cell position X. It's Y plus. No, it's. Ooh, yeah, it's Y plus dir I'm doing. Okay. I'm totally going to mess something up here, aren't I? Plus dir. Object groups. Solid. And then these are all going to be the same. But with a +1 on the X and a -1 on the X. +1 on the X and then -1 on the X. Oh gosh. Oh, I think that means I've messed up my brackets somewhere. There, player cell position. That looks fine to me. Oh, there's an extra dot. Cool. Can I jump? I can. Oh, I can stay here. Oh, slightly. It's fine. There's going to be more problems. Hey, look, I can sort of play the game if I stay not at the middle of the cells. If I go to the middle of the cells... Oh yeah, sometimes. I start falling through. Ah! Okay, let's keep trying to fix stuff. Why do I fall for the thing? I feel like that's the thing to fix first. Right? I should be landing on the box. Well, can I land on the box if I do this? No, I'm never landing on the box. Is my has object wrong for a group? So has object at this position, object groups solid, level. So I'm saying, if at that position, we end with the object type, which in this case is a group, yeah, one of the ones will match, and we'll get a number like greater than 0. That should be fine. Hold on, have I done it right in here? Where is it? Oh, it's in here. Wall, box, object group, solid. Object types wall, object types box. Yeah, that'll be, let's just do this. Oh, I can't, can I? Because they're not called that, because it's minified. Let's just do it when we... So what this should be is 3. Yeah, it's 3, okay. So that seems right. I guess let's just keep going and fix it when I've changed everything. So how many more level.datas do we have? 4. Okay. So this is saying at the player's position, oh no, not exactly. At the player's position shifted on the x-axis by direction, is there something solid? Yep. Yep. That's fine. X-axis shifted by direction, so it's like this, but with the plus dir in a different place. Okay, that's that one. And then these ones down here are going to be a pain. Right, old pain. Okay, it's going to be like this. Is it going to be exactly the same? Hold on. So what was this? It was x is just x, y is plus dir. No, y is -1, x gets the +1 -1 treatment. Okay, so y, oh it's also, oh gosh, did I mess that up here? No, because I did player cell position. What about here? Was that supposed to be player cell position or just player position? Just player position. No, math flawed. Okay, player cell position. It always has to be when I'm doing this, of course. Okay, so if we are, what am I doing? If we are, okay, so it's going to be y -1 for all of them, and then x, yeah, okay, y -1 for all of them, and then x. Y -1 for all of them, and then x. Okay. And these two will be the same, but with an x +1 and an x -1. Ah. Okay, I'm still falling through stuff, so there's some issue here. There's nowhere else this could be an issue, right? I updated all these functions to treat it as... yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna log what we get in here as object, position, object type. Object type 3, yeah. So I'm expecting a lot of checks for 3. So clearly it is colliding sometimes. What have I done? What have I done wrong? Projected player position. Where's my player cell position? X is that, Y is that. That's correct. Yep. Yep. Let me check something then. So when it's checking, so what position is this? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10, 11. So when position I'm checking is 10 and position at Y is 11. Okay, let's log just in that situation. Okay, it never checked that position. Why? It definitely should be. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, because I put 1 there. Whoops. Okay, it is checking that position, and it stops. No, it keeps checking. Yeah, it would do. Okay. And then what number do we have there at that time? 2. So that would be the floor. 2. Well, wall. Level. Yeah. No, box. Huh. Why are we never seeing a situation where it's checking the... at that position, 10 and 11, that is there. We should have box there. Sorry, we do have box there, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And that ended with that. Should be greater than 1. Yes. Yep. Is there a, how does precedence work there? Am I being caught out by, I am being caught out by operator precedence, okay. Yeah, okay. There's still problems, but I'm landing on boxes now. I wonder what's causing that issue. It's only when I'm like center aligned with a thing. Oh, oh, I fell through the floor. You just missed that, Marcus. You just missed me falling through the floor. Oh, you didn't miss that. I'm sure you saw that. Quite a few things. Should we look at our Git log? Oh, I left in that. I didn't mean to. So earlier today, not on stream, when I was at Ed Indies, the local game dev co-working meetup thing, I did this. I basically did a bunch of refactoring, and my game now is like split across multiple files because it was getting huge. And I tidied up a bunch of things into like classes. Like I've got a renderer class that handles all the canvases and scaling and all that stuff, and then the actual rendering of the game. And then my physics is in the physics file. So now my index file, like the top level one, is quite simple. It's just like the game loop, and it's like doing update physics. And this is a new thing that I've added on stream, the apply rules thing. But yeah, so it's update physics, then apply rules, then render. Kind of what you'd expect from a normal game loop. What I'm doing now is I'm working on being able to push boxes around. Basically the first steps of being able to do my discrete game logic rules based on the physics. I can, so there's bugs right now. I can like falling through the floor a bit, but I can like push on a box and it'll like, I'm going inside it. But the reason I'm going inside it, I had everything working a second ago, basically. If I bring up my terminal again and do, what's our current situation? Let's do git stash. Okay. So this is what we just had. I can push, there we go. Push right. Push left, and it won't go through the wall, like it collides with the wall. The rules right now are very, like if I had 2 boxes in a row, I think it would break. Yeah, we've got pushing. It's like if I hold down for like 0.3 of a second against the box, it'll push. No animations yet, sadly, but animations can come. And animations won't be so difficult, right? I just need to like put a thing that says do this animation, and then I'll just tween between a couple of positions. But if I go back to my current state, we have problems. We fall through the floor, and the reason that's happening is because what I've done just now, my current task is to change the level data into using like a bitwise format. Because before what I was doing is like each cell was like an array of objects that were in it, which makes it annoying for like looking up objects and adding them and removing them. So I'm moving to a bitwise format where, like kind of like in PuzzleScript, where each object is like a separate bit And if I want multiple objects in a single thing, I'll like add them, or all of them together. And then I have object groups, which are like the properties in puzzle script. So a solid object is either a wall or it's a box. And in theory, basically I'm in the process of changing to that format for storing the level data, but it's obviously caused some problems with the physics. Like it's like almost working. It's just a bunch of stuff is broken. And I wonder why. I can still push stuff. 64 objects per cell. I guess, how large is an integer or a number in JavaScript if you start doing, like I should probably switch to like, you can do like uint arrays. I should probably switch to that and then I'll know. Right now I'm just assuming I can not worry about it. Should we look it up? JavaScript binary literal. Like, because I think JavaScript only stores floats, right? Or doubles, but I meant floating point. Binary literal stored as double or integer? Yeah, I think it's always a double. Yeah, pretty sure number's always a double. So what's the largest number? Smallest integer that can't be represented in a double. How large is that? Smallest? Smallest? What does subnormal mean? What is the smallest positive integer that cannot be represented in a double? I want a double. Why is this not coming up? Double precision. Six more floats. Okay, it's the number. Okay. It's the number billion, trillion, 9 quadrillion. I'm not sure I'm going to have this problem. But I sort of want to know. Okay, so I want a converter, binary number to binary converter, decimal to binary converter, enter a decimal number, convert. Oh, I have to remove the commas. So this number can apparently be represented. Let's try it. Is that right? 9007 ends 0993. Okay, is that the first one that can't be represented? Yes, it's the first one that can't be represented. So I think this one will be the same number. Yeah. Isn't that fun? As soon as I add that 1, it stops adding 1 to the number. What if I go to 2? Can it represent that? It can. Can it represent that one? Can it represent the one after it? No, it goes straight to 6. Yeah. Well, no, that was a fun distraction. In fact, the reason I'm streaming is to perhaps chat with people while it's happening, so please feel free to distract me. Okay, so basically, how did my change over to this break? Oh, well, I already found one issue, didn't I? Which is that some of the, well, I already fixed that one. Yeah, I already fixed that issue. That should be fine. In fact, we know that adding and removing objects is fine. So what's going wrong? Why am I like going further into these objects than I should? It must just be I'm passing the wrong positions or something. You know what's going to help here? What's going to help here is doing a git diff. Oh. How's the maze game, Marcus? I saw you asking questions about like what the goals could be. I quite like the idea that was brought up of like you like both the shape of the blocks that you're making mattering to open the door and also having to use those blocks to navigate. I quite like the multi-purpose of the shapes you're building. You tend to lose a list of positions for each kind of object. Yeah. I prefer the kind of puzzle scripty way of like having a grid and then putting objects in it, because you get to be more well, the way I'm doing it doesn't really help, but if you have layers like in puzzle script, then you can enforce that like two objects on the same layer are never in the same space as each other. I quite like that. For your game, you're a bit stumped by gameplay decisions with some ideas people gave you. Was it that idea about having to navigate to the exit while also making the shape at the same time to open the door? Okay, anyway, let's scroll down here. Yes, to me that sounds like an interesting idea. But yeah, maybe that's more complicated than it sounds. Oh, making a generator. Of course you are. You complicated it for yourself. Okay, so that's the new version of that. That's fine. I think I actually want to go to physics. Okay, what's wrong in physics? So I changed this if to a has object left probe X Y. That's right. Right probe X Y. That's right. I'm checking if there's something solid there, which effectively is what that did because I only had walls and boxes. So yeah. So that seems right to me. Next one. So up probe X and Y, down probe X and Y. So basically I just pass up probe and down probe with group solid. There's a not here, there's an or there. This is greater than 0, so it's if it has the object or it has the object knotted. Yep, that seems fine to me. I then make a player cell position to avoid flooring multiple times. Player cell position is the player's X and Y floored. It's just what cell the player is in. Okay. Which is basically what I was doing here. I was adding the to the Y in all of them. So am I adding dir to the Y in all of them? Dir to the Y, dir to the Y. Let's make this a bit wider. Okay. Dir to the Y, dir to the Y, dir to the Y. And then X, and it's placed cell position because it's floored, yeah. And then X is just X floored. And then X floored plus 1, X floored minus 1, yeah. And these are all ANDed, that's still true. Oh, this is the bit I'm messing up. This is a not equals 0, and that's an equals 0. So this should be if that doesn't exist. Got it. Okay. If this doesn't exist there, yeah. What have I messed that up anywhere else? This was an equals 0, so that should be a not. That's this one. And then this one was equals 0, so that should be a not. Ah. Okay, I'm hopeful that this will fix everything. Oh. Oh. It fixed everything. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Cool. It's very tempting with complicated... Oh yeah, you already said that. I already wrote that. Alrighty. What am I committing? I'm committing switch to... Well, I'll just say bitwise level format. Cool. Oh, and because I'm using a bit I'm using Webpack to bundle up my game, like build the game, which like generates a... Oh, it's interesting that it's not there. If I like kill the server and do npm run build, I get game.js in dist, which is like minified. Well, it's not fully minified. I think if I did this production and then build. Oh yeah, there you go. That's fully minified. Although it's not, because I've still got like the full... Although that function has to be there. But there are other functions in there. There's definitely more minification this could do. But it has changed a bunch of variable names. Curious why it doesn't do all of the things. But yeah, I'm bundling. And that also means I get... it's not like a hot reload, but it is like it just auto reloads the game if I change anything, which is a nice thing to have. Anyway, let's run the server again. To probably the kind of benefits version control has, besides the trivial ones, like making DS sustain the history of ideas. Yeah. I just used it to figure out like what mistake I made. It's so convenient. I don't know why people don't start using it. Do you use Git, Marcus? What do you, if you use a version control tool, what do you use, if any? Wait, where am I logging this? I should remove that. Oh no, I'm not logging that. That's just like in my... Yeah, okay. Okay. Alrighty, so now we can check like if there's solid. So actually, have I done something wrong in my rules? No, this is good. If there's a box and the to position has a solid or has a... I'm gonna need to like start making this logic better. Nowadays use Git because it's the YouTube chat puts like an icon over the chat because it's the standard, but I used SVN and Mercurial before. I have used SVN in the past, like, I think I used it at my first job. But otherwise, outside of that, I learned Git when I was younger and then I've continued using it. I also just prefer Git. I know lots of people complain. But I like it a lot. Maybe it's just because like I get how to use it, but I rarely have issues. Like if you know, I guess the thing with Git is you sort of have to know how it works, like what's going on under the hood a little bit, but only a little bit. But like what goes under the hood is kind of nice. It's like you got like the branches are effectively like little pointers to a particular commit. And then, yeah. And then once you start using things like rebase and search, you start to get a pretty clear idea of like what's going on when you move commits around and when you squash them and all that stuff. Anyway. Okay, should we do some more complicated rules? Let's do multi-push. Well, not multi-push, let's do multi-push, we'll start there. So where's my level? Here it is. Let's put another box there. So then when we're testing, we'll see one push. Right now they push into each other. Okay. So if I was going to improve my way I'm doing rules, what I think I should do is I should just like do it the puzzle scripty way and like put movement everywhere. For the movement, I might just make a list. Like these are all the things that are moving. I think that'll be fine. And like the direction they're moving. So when I push, like I actually want to do is I'm going to have like an array of movements, sure. I'm going to change this. I'm going to do const affected position or pushed position, which is this. And that's going to have movements. Right now, I'm just going to assume I'm only storing horizontal movement, but I'll obviously have to change that later. But let's just push a thing, which is like position, push position, and then dir, which is events.dir. Right? And then we've got movement. Then, so let's comment all this stuff out for now. Then so then we basically want to loop over the movements and apply it going further. Well, only if it's a pushable. Should I check that now? Maybe. No, I'll check it in my loop, I think. What, and then remove it? Why bother adding it? Let's not add it in the first place. If level has object, pushed position, object types pushable, then we do this. Or if we don't do that, we can just return. Yeah, no, let's do it this way around for now. If it has pushable, then we do that. Okay. Then, we're going to be iterating over a list while also adding stuff to the list. That's always nasty. Oh, use a GUI. Forget. Which GUI do you use? Or GUI? To use the GitHub one, because GitHub has one, right? to get you locked into GitHub. And making it even more confusing for people who are learning Git and not realizing that GitHub and Git are different things. Okay, so we've added the movement. What do I want to do? I want to kind of loop over them and apply the same movement across unless it hits something static and then we roll back. The funny thing is, like, doing this in puzzle scripts, like, I know exactly how I'd implement that in puzzle scripts. In this case, like, it's not that different. Would I be happier here if I had a grid of movements? Just like puzzle scripts? Maybe? Maybe? No. There's basically going to be like movements to propagate. I'm going to pop them off. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, okay. Got it. So what we're going to do is like movements to propagate, right? Propagate, yeah. Good extensions on Windows. Git. If only I could read your message. Git cola? Git cola. Never heard of that. The highly caffeinated Git GUI. Cool. Yeah, I'm so used to using the Git command line that I barely even think about it anymore. Just like, like most of what you do is just like git add, git commit. Occasionally you want to add like specific files or like a section of a file, like with patch. Anyway, movements to propagate will basically be all of the movements. There'll be a new array with all of the movements. But it has to be a different array because I don't want to affect the other one. Does that work for doing that? What do I need to do? I might need to do this. Movements. No, that should work for doing that, right? Hold on. If I do const r 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I want to make another one with all the elements of R. Yeah, that works. Cool. Movements. I'm pretty sure that's going to have to be a let instead of a const soon, but whatever. So while movements to propagate dot length length, no, I just did it again. Length is greater than 0. We pull the first one off. What's the function for that again? Shift? Yep. Does it returns it, right? Yeah, okay. Movements to propagate, shift. So then we've got a movement that we want to propagate, and that's going to create new movements. And then we're going to want to propagate those, and then we're going to want to propagate those. So we're going to start like a new list of... Oh gosh. Is that right? We want to go through every movement to propagate, adding them to like a new list. Then when we're done with that, oh, weird. This is going to be a weird bit of code. When we're done with that list, we want to make that list the new movements to propagate, and then propagate those. Let's just start doing that, I guess. So we're going to have like, let new movements. I can't just like do movements again because otherwise I'll keep propagating the same ones. So it's new. This is new movements. This. And so we get a movement we want to propagate. We want to check propagated position is going to be x movement dot position dot x plus movement dir. Y is just going to be movement position dot y. I'm obviously assuming things will only push horizontally, but I think that is going to be true for the game mechanics I have. So propagated position is that. I want to say basically this. If it has a pushable, then we're going to add to new movements, and we will eventually add all the new movements to movements. If propagated position has a pushable, then new movements has propagated position event, not event dir, although that will always be the same, but whatever, movement dir. Okay. That I think is fine. We're then gonna like say, let's add all those movements. Do I want to add them all yet? Because I'm also gonna have to cancel movements if we hit static things. Like maybe I just start with movements to propagate. That might make more sense. And then we only add them to like the actual list of movements later. Okay. New movements. So then movements to propagate will then have all the new movements. But we want to then loop again. So what's the other loop? The other loop is going to be another while, I believe. What's the condition? Sorry, just hit my microphone. So the other loop is it's like while that it's like the same it's not the same condition. Maybe it is the same condition. It is, because like we want to get to the point where we're not pushing any new movements. Therefore, movements to propagate is now. Oh, hold on. No, movements to propagate needs to just equal that, right? Yes. Yes. Yeah. Equal new movements. So that needs to be a let. But yeah, it's gonna be the same condition. Isn't that so weird? I think that's right though. Should we see what happens? Like, I don't think there should be any. Oh, there might be some errors, but well, okay, let's not do anything yet. So if I do this, basically things shouldn't push. Yeah, okay, nothing's pushing, no errors. But now because I'm not storing the movements anywhere, I don't have a list of all the movements. I only have the new movements. Okay, no, so I do have an issue if I don't store all the movements as we go. Yeah. Okay. Should I push them at this point? Could do. Because it won't be here unless... this feels weird, but let's see what happens. Movements. Movements, push, movements. Then we are going to... Could I not just do it there? No, okay. We're just going to log movements to see what we get. Yeah. Not doing recursive functions. I almost always rewrite recursion as loops. I just prefer it a lot. But yeah, you're right. You could do a recursive thing of like, call this on each block and then have the block check if it can push things. But yeah, for some reason I just like, I mean, there are reasons for it, I guess, which are like stack limits. But not that I'd hit the stack limit, but like, I don't know, I've just grown used to always writing, like always unraveling recursion as a loop. This is my preferred way of writing it, I think. Slug code's recursive. See? I'm trying to avoid having regrets. Okay, so there's an empty array happening. Why empty? Movements per propagate should be greater than 0. Well, let's check. Oh gosh, did not mean to do that. Console log. Okay. It's 0. Why is it 0? Movements to propagate. Push position. What have I messed up? So this isn't happening for some reason. Has object pushable in push position. Let's just, okay. Push position. And then we'll also just repeat this code here. False. 1011 doesn't have a pushable. That is 1011. Doesn't have a pushable. Why does it not have a pushable? Level. Pushable. Box. It clearly does. Let me just double check. Is that 1011? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It does. Why are you lying to me, game? It's because const doesn't mean const in JavaScript. Well, it does. Well, I mean, it does, but it just means that you're not, because JavaScript's like pass by reference, right? I mean, it's just like everything's a reference. Well, it's not. Not everything's a reference. Like if I do const x is 0 and then x is 10, this will complain because I'm like reassigning x to a so with primitives it's a bit different. So with primitives it kind of works the way you'd expect. If I do const, I mean, it's not different. It's not different at all. It's just like, okay, so it's actually more the other way around. If you've got like obj and it's referencing an object with foo 10 in it, what that means is I can't reassign obj to something else. I can't do obj 10 or I can't do obj another object. But I can do obj foo equals 20. You just can't change the reference. You can change the thing it's referencing. So it's like a const ref in C++. Yeah, or a const pointer in C. Yeah. So it gives you like the very like it gives you a tiny amount of safety in that you don't change the reference, but it doesn't really stop you from changing anything else. I'm just in the habit of always setting everything to const because at least it does stop you from doing that unintentionally. And there's no way to say, oh, the thing it's pointing to is... Well, actually, that's not true. There are libraries to let you do that. There's like immutable.js. Where you can say, oh, this like const obj is an immutable object, and then it just won't let you change it. But yeah, I don't I don't need it. Source my thing? Hold on. So this is false. Why does it say false? Has object push position. So it's the right position. It's pushable. And you're saying it doesn't have it. Why? This was working before, wasn't it? Yeah, this check was working. Level has objects. Object type. Let's just check what's coming into here then. Position, X, position, Y, object type, and then the result of this. Well, whole thing, I guess. Oh gosh, there's lots of it happening. I mean, I can see when my push happens. It's like a, there we go. That. Undefined. What's undefined? Object type is oh, wait, is pushable not right? Pushable. Object oh, they said object types. Object groups. How was this working? It wasn't working. Object groups. Okay. Object groups is not fine because I'm not importing it. That's what I get for not using a typed language. Okay. So, movement. Yay, I get some movement. Oh, yeah, that's right. So position 10, 11, direction that way. Cool. And if these were next to each other, I should get both of them, right? Level. Move that there. Push. Yeah, I get 2. 9, 11, and 10. 9. Oh yeah, because I moved that there. 9, 11, 8, 11. Cool, got it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now. Next, I would like to. I mean, I could just apply those movements. I mean, that's going to happen eventually. So why don't I do that now and then insert the other stuff in the middle? At some point, we're just going to like apply all those movements. So 4 constant movement of movements. Ooh, I can't just do transfer because it's going to remove. And what I could do is like add them all. No, remove them all, then add them all. It's a bit nasty, but for now, let's do that. From position is just going to be movement position. And then 2 positions are going to be movement position X plus movement dir and movement position Y. And then, I mean, will this ever not be true? Oh, this is also doing the wall check. That's fine. We're going to get rid of that. Like if there's movement there, then it can move and we will move it. And I'm just going to assume it's the box for now because I'm not even sure I'm going to have anything else other than boxes that are pushable, but transfer object from, oh, and so I guess what I'm going to do is actually this loop twice. Not super keen on this. And that's going to go outside. And this is going to be remove object from, and then add object to. Hey, I can multi-push. Levels. Yep, I can multi-push. It goes into the wall, but I can ignore that for now. Hooray. Jump over the block. Push, 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 multi-push. Jump over the block. Push, 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 multi-push. That's very true. I still prefer this way. I think there's just trade-offs with each of them, right? it's like quite possible. I guess the other funny thing about this is that for the animations, I'm gonna need a separate position that isn't the like, or am I? I can probably just tween between two like cell positions and then calculate the actual. Yeah, that'll be fine. So no issues. Well, yeah, I guess that's one reason to not use the list. The other is like, yeah, the main reason that I think about is like data correctness. It's much easier to get things like overlapping in weird ways. Like, I don't know if you watched much of my Being and Nothingness playthrough, but I remember in that I found a bug where I could like embed two objects within each other, and it caused like really weird things to happen. And that is only possible because I know internally they are representing each object just in a list of objects with a position. And I'm not saying that can't happen here. Like, I can have walls and boxes on the same space, but I couldn't if I designed it the right way, which I haven't. But one thing I can't have here is like two boxes in the same space. But in that Being and Nothingness bug, I could have two of the same object in the same space. I can't quite remember how I did that. What was the bug? It was really weird. Yeah, I don't remember. Look what happens there, that's funny. Okay, so if I push. Oh, so the box is still there, it's just behind the wall. That pushes it out. And I push again. Oh, because it inserts me into the wall, of course it does. Problem with the bitmap is that when two boxes overlap, one of them disappears from the world. That's what I want. I mean, they should never overlap. So if that happens, there's a different bug. Hey look, I can stand out on this ledge. Isn't that fun? Hey. I guess now what I need is... There's two things I could do. Like, one thing I want to do is propagate like with friction. So if I have like this, I want the wall on top to move, which should be easy enough, right? Just propagate upwards. So this is like horizontal propagation. Then I put all of the movements into a... Oh god, there's going to be like another loop here, isn't there? Because I need to then get those to... No, I don't need to get those to push other things. I don't want them to push other things. No, I just want to go upwards, and they're not going to push anything else. Only the player can push multiple. Yeah, that's right. That's right. If something moves through friction, it should not block other movements. It's blocked. Oh, is there another? If it's blocked. Something moves through friction, it should not block other movements if it's blocked. You're right, yeah. So I don't propagate its blockedness back down, but I would propagate its blockedness rightwards. But let's just do the friction bit first. Doesn't matter if it's wrong. So vertical propagation. So it's going to be similar, right? I'm going to start with a like movements to propagate. It's going to be a new thing with all the movements in. All the movements, and then we're going to like go upwards. Movements to propagate is greater than 0. 0. New movements. Movements to propagate is greater than 0. Then the movement is that. We don't need to oh gosh, yeah, this is where this gets awkward. I should have done this a different way around. I should have just said, why did I not do it like this in the first place? Why did I not just say movements is movements to movements is an empty array. We're adding to movements, and then movements to propagate is that. And then we add the new movements. Let's just do it that way. That feels better to me. Down here. New movements. Dot, dot, dot. Let me just remove this, make sure that's still working. Nope, moves to propagate before initialization. Propagate. Oh, yeah, whoops. Nope, assigned to a constant variable that needs to be let. Okay, that seems to be the same. Cool. Blocks don't fall yet. I'll figure that out later. Okay, cool. So then back to this. In fact, I'm going to recopy it. Now that I've changed stuff. Yeah, that's a Webpack thing. The version, if you build your thing in development mode, it adds that kind of error reporting within the page. So yeah, okay, so the new movements to propagate is going to be all of the movements that exist after horizontal propagation. Then we're going to pop them off, well, shift them off. The propagated position is going to be upwards, which is -1 on the Y. We're going to check, is there a pushable there? And we're going to add that. Wow, this is like all the same, isn't it? Direction is that, yes. Okay, there's a lot of duplicate code here. Movements, new movements, that's right. Let's propagate that. Is it that simple? Yep. Okay. I'm gonna fall. No, I can't get back out. Push that back that way. Then jump on top. Hey. Oh, this is feeling really cool. I also just noticed my circle has become no, it's always asymmetrical. It is asymmetrical. Yeah, it's fine. It's just doing pixel perfect circles is kind of awkward. It's not going to be a circle when I'm done anyway. It's going to be a cool little character. You can't push in midair, you can only push when you're on the ground, like that. Okay, so things have been propagated upwards. Now I want to do like movement cancellation. Does cancellation have 2 L's? No, that looks wrong now. No, it does have 2 L's. Okay, that looks right. Okay, so movement cancellation, I basically just want to go through every movement, check if the space it's trying to move into has something static in it, or there's like another cancelled movement in there. And then if it does cancel that movement, I'm probably just going to make a list of cancelled movements and then loop through. I want to match them up. No, what I should do is just like make a new list of movements post cancellation. So like push in the ones that aren't cancelled. Sure. So let's start a new array. Let's movements to cancel, which is not totally true. We're not cancelling all of them, but Why did I do it above the comment? It's going to be all of them. I'm going to loop through them. Now the problem is, it's kind of awkward, right? We want to first like check. We can't just loop through them all, because then we'll like loop through like in this situation. Drop there. I push on this. If we loop through that one first, it would go, well, that's not stopped, so I'm just gonna let this one keep moving. But that one needs to cancel first. I guess probably the best way of doing that is to, or at least a simple way of doing that, is to keep track of like, have we resolved it yet? So for every movement, decide if we've resolved it or not. And so if we do loop over that one, go, actually, we haven't resolved it yet. And so we just keep looping until we have resolved them all. Oh yeah, good point. Propagate upwards only if the movement is not cancelled. Oh, that means I need to do 2 stages of cancellation, doesn't it? I think it does. Yeah, it does. That's fine. That's totally fine. 2 stages of cancellation. We'll do that afterwards though. Okay, so... But yeah, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. It's very true. So what I'm thinking is... we keep looping through all of the movements until... I'm going to change movements then to... how do I... only select... There's a way of doing it. Is it like this? Yeah, okay. Change that to be called... pending movements? And then we're going to have let actual movements, or just call it movements. So I don't need movements to cancel. No, I don't. Yeah. Okay. So what I want is while pending movements length does not equal movements length. I might do that the other way around actually. And then we're just going to keep looping through pending movements, trying to resolve them. It's a bit awkward. Is it? It's not that awkward. Why don't we, okay, pending movements. Why don't we like stick a thing on it whether it's like when it's cancelled or not? Cancelled. No. Yeah, it's slightly awkward. I've got to make sure I do my comparisons well, but it's fine. There are new movements here as well, so it's cancelled null. And what I'll do, okay. So while they're not the same, loop through all of these, trying to resolve them. For constant pending movements of pending movements. And try and figure out if it should be cancelled or not. If this is not going to be efficient code, but who cares? It's not going to be a very complicated game. It's going to run fast anyway. Computers are good. Pending movement. So from position is going to be pending movement position. No. position. I hate it when editors like try and auto complete something and it's just wrong. To position, it's going to be x pending movements dot position dot x plus pending movement der. Y is going to be pending movements dot position dot y. I guess I could also just do that. I think I prefer it still referencing pending movement. If do I even need from position? I don't think I do. So basically, if I gotta search for the movement that corresponds to. That's kind of nasty. Who cares if it's nasty? It's fine, right? Level has object to position. If level has object to position, object groups static. Then the current pending movement is cancelled. And we only want to check ones that aren't. Yeah, so we just want to do if pending movement cancelled is null. Continue. Let me just double check that I get my comparisons right there. JavaScript is weird, but I'm so used to it that I think I'm doing the right thing anyway. But so like null equals null, false does not equal null. Okay, true does not equal null. Yeah, okay, cool. But only with double equals. Actually, yeah, what happens if so that should be true? Yeah, false. No, this should be the same. And then true, yeah. Where it's weird is with like 0. So like null equals 0 equals null. No, it's always fine. Oh no, yeah, the reason for equals is because often you want null and undefined to equal each other. So with equals null and undefined do equal each other. Yeah. JavaScript things. So if no, we want to skip it if it's not null. So if it's not null, we want to skip it because we've already resolved it. If the next position has a static object in it, then we say cancel is true. And we push. Oh, we don't push yet, do we? Oh, interesting. So that we want to push all of them. Yeah, we do want to push them all. So anytime we resolve it, resolved movements. This is funky. Resolved movements, push, pending movements. No. But then when mathematicians do make a language, they make Haskell, and who wants to use Haskell? Resolve movements, pending movement. Cool, so that's been resolved, and we get closer and closer to like resolving everything. I don't actually have to make a list. I could just make a count, like how many have we resolved so far. Alternatively, I could like loop through them and check if we resolved them all. I mean, maybe that's the best thing to do, because we're going to be looping through anyway. We can just say like, we can make this a while true. Then we can say, let any unresolved false. No, sorry. No, yeah, false. And then if we don't resolve one, we set that to true. If not any unresolved, the fact that I've made that a negative makes it slightly confusing. Should I make it all resolved? Let all resolved be true. We're just going to assume they are until we see one that isn't. And we set false. Or it's better to do it the other way around. It's better to do it the other way around, right? Because then I can just do it here. No, but I can't say they're all resolved. Yeah, that's the issue. So I can't do it the other way around. So I do need to say like else all resolved equals false, right? If all resolved, we break. Yeah. So if it is cancelled, so if that's not null, then we assume we're still all resolved. And if we end up not resolving something, then we say all resolved false. That's right. Okay. What's this going to do now? Are there any errors right now? Things just don't move. Because this is working on pending movements when it actually needs to be working on... No, it needs to be working on pending movements. It's not like we're removing anything, we're just setting cancelled. But we're not actually cancelling anything yet. Resolve movement? What is resolve? Resolve movements isn't a thing. How is this even working? Resolved movements. Resolved movements. It's not a thing. Oh, because I didn't... I guess because that never happened, of course. It won't tell me. Wait, why is the... Oh gosh, getting errors from... No, I'm not. What's happening? Oh, I had an infinite loop. Oh, the while true. Yes, of course. Yeah, because there's a... Okay. Oh. Kill it. Thank you. So close. Okay. Yeah, I've given myself infinite loop potential here. But that's fine. I just need to finish the code. What time is it? 10 to 10. All resolved, false. If all resolved, break. Okay, so yeah, I guess the other issue is then, so if there's a static thing there, it's cancelled. Otherwise, if there's a, else if, there is a resolved movement, else ooh, okay, no, if there is a movement. Ooh, hold on. If there's a movement but it's not resolved, then we want to do nothing. But there's no movement. Then we just want to go. Because that means there's nothing there. Is that true? Is that always true? Should I check that there's nothing there? It's not tempting. Recursive solution is never tempting. Okay, hold on. Can I just assume if there's no movement for that position, well then there's nothing there, because otherwise it would have propagated. And there's nothing static. So we can split this into, is there a movement in that position? Oh, but I don't want to loop until later, which is a little bit annoying. Let's then, okay, what we're going to do is say, else if, do I have a way of saying there's nothing? I don't think I do. Level is empty at 2 position. Level is empty. Position is just return this data, position Y, position X. If it's empty, then it equals 0. Cool. Where was I? Physics? No, not physics. Rules. If it's empty at that position, then pending movement is not cancelled. It's false. Else, we're going to see if there's a movement. If there is a movement and it's resolved, then we just transfer that resolvedness across. Yeah. Okay. So this is the slightly ugly bit. How do you... I've forgotten how to... array. How does array.find work? Does it take a callback? It does, right? Yeah, okay. Const what do I call the movement that I'm moving into? Next movement, or movement ahead, movement. Let's go next. No, movement ahead. It's a bit weird. This is where things get nasty because I've got to loop through an array, not movements, pending movements, to find a movement where the movement position X equals, let's actually do this on a new line, turn. Movement position X equals pending movement position X plus pending movement dir. Fortunately, I can't have... The rules of my game is not going to allow two movements in the same direction at the same time. So I don't have to account for that. Sorry, two movements in a different direction. All movements will always be in the same direction in a single turn, I think, I hope. So that and movements dot position y equals pending movement. Not adding portals, yeah. You were having a flashback to your slug game times, right? You made some terrible decisions for that game. Still made a great game, which I still need to play the full version. I've only played the various versions I helped test beforehand. There's been too many games. What do you do when there's too many games? You can't play them all. Okay, so that's the movement ahead. If movement ahead cancelled is not null, that means it's resolved, then we take that movement ahead's cancelled. Yeah. Hold on, I need to make sure I get this all resolved in the right place as well, but whatever. We take it. Okay. You come over here. Yeah. Else we do nothing? Yeah. Yeah. Else we do nothing. So we want to set all resolved to false if we're not resolving something. So in that case it's resolved. In that case it's resolved. In that case it's resolved. Oh, so that's what goes in the else. Okay. Oh, there's got to be problems with this. Pending movements. Okay, well, the cancelling doesn't work at all. Oh, yeah, of course, because I'm not actually cancelling it, but there's no errors. Okay. So I can actually change this back to just movements. So basically the way I'm doing it is not with a new array. I'm just like setting them to whether they're cancelled or not. I mean, what I could do is do... okay, I'm going to change it back to pending movements. Pending movements, I'm going to do const movements equals pending movements, filter, movements, cancelled, not cancelled. And then change this to this and this. What's gonna happen? So I'm expecting, because we're not doing the cancellation upwards, I'm expecting the one on top to move, but these two to not move. Cool. Cool. It still throws me through the wall. That's fine. I know why that's happening. It's because I'm always doing this, regardless of whether the thing in front of the player is moving. But yeah, okay. Cool. We're getting there. We are getting there. So what I need to do is first cancel before we propagate upwards, and don't propagate any of those upwards. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, this is gonna be nasty, but like, just copy and paste. No. Oh yeah, because I have not said don't propagate. movement, movement, not cancelled. Yeah, cool, it works. It works. I should probably not have an exact duplicate of code there. Let me just quickly move that into check for cancellations. It takes, does it just take pending movements? Is there any other? That might be the whole thing. So in fact, let's move that out here. Function, check for constellations, cancellations. Check for cancellations. Then up here, I'm going to do pending movements, and then the same here. But that function surely depends on other stuff. Yeah, level is not defined, of course. Level. This will probably end up being a class at some point, but is it just level? I'm just going to keep running it until it might just be level. I think it's just level. Cool. Cool. Go up here, push that. It still floats. That's fine for now. Push, push. Jump. Whee. Yay. Do I want to commit there? Or is there another bit to that? Well, I mean, there's the bit of like not flying through the wall, so let's maybe fix that. Which is just like if I mean, I could just do it as like if the one that I originally added. What other events do I have? I don't even know. But I could just kind of do, like, rather than searching, do I like recreate pending movements, or is pending movements always just the same thing? I push stuff to it. I push stuff to it. It's always just going to be the first thing. And the only event type I have right now is push. So I guess. I mean, I could just say if event type is push. Because why would they move the player if it's not a push? Okay. Where is it? Here it is. This code's getting a little bit unwieldy, but it's fine. If event type is push, and well, this is definitely a bit nasty, but like pending movements 0, not cancels. I don't want that. Ooh. Yeah, I do, because at this point they're all resolved. Yeah, I do. Okay. Got it. If only I could push this without falling. Okay, let's push that one left. Yep, that works. Now put a wall blocking the top one. Okay. Where do you want the wall? Like here, or even further out? It's even further out, like that, right? No, that won't block it. Well, I mean it will, because nothing falls. So, I mean, okay, let's try that. Oh, you mean, I see, while the friction's happening? Yeah, okay. Like this. Whoop. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm sure there are 0 bugs. Should we make the stack bigger? And then like try like, okay, what about so there is going to be a mistake here, isn't there? Is that I want to propagate, I do want motion to propagate upwards, but if that cancels, I want to propagate that upwards. Yeah, and that's not going to happen right now. That block on top is going to move forwards. Yeah, okay. I had that issue in my puzzle script version. That's fine though. Let's get rid of that little wall and put that there. I just want to check, like, if I do a stack of 2 here. Oh, that's fine. I just jump out. There we go. So push, 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 push. Yeah, okay. So that bit's not quite right. That's okay. I guess the way to fix that is to say if so my check for cancellations, which is down here. If I basically need to know what the movement was caused by, and because like the only thing in this game that can push is the player. No, I'm gonna store it like caused by. I think that's the nicest way of doing it. Like, is it caused by pushing or is it caused by friction? If it's caused by friction, then I want to check the thing below and cancel. Yeah. 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 Okay. So anytime there's a new movement, we want to add a cause. Let's add like a causes, movement causes. And then there are 2. Push. Let's just do integers for now. Push and friction. So anytime we push a movement, cause, movement causes. So this is a push. And then these will be push as well. Yes. Done that. But these will be friction. Then when I check for cancellations, I'm not always going to look ahead. I'm going to look at a different thing depending on whether it's friction or push. And then cancel. I think that fixes everything. Movement. Wait, no, hold on. My chair just made a weird noise. Is my chair falling apart? Yeah, if I'm being pushed, it's weird that, yeah, there's a weird asymmetry, isn't there? Which makes sense. If you're being pushed, then the thing you check is the thing in front of you to see if that is able to move. But if you were, yeah. Still need to not propagate upwards if a movement is cancelled. Oh yeah, do I still have that issue? Vertical propagation. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Movements to propagate, shift. Can I just check here? How does this work again? Movements to propagate, yeah, that's my ongoing list of like tasks to do. So if movement cancelled, continue. I think so. I hope so. It's getting late, so I'm not totally understanding everything I'm doing. What was the thing I was just thinking about? The thing I was just thinking about was... Oh, yeah, so in check cancellation, basically this has to check a different thing depending on the cause of the push. So if the push is... Basically, it's just the position we're going to check. We're going to look for a different position. Like here and here. Cause... It's not a cause position, it's like a dependent position. Or dependency? It's a dependency. Sure, this is a great name for it. Which is going to be two different things depending on the cause. Do I have any more causes? I'm not sure I do. So I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to assume that. Should I? Yeah, yes, I should. So, if my movement, which was that pending movement, cause is movement causes push, then this is going to be a X with this as the X. Sure, still like this. And then the Y, this is the Y. Wait, I added, no, I didn't add too much stuff, it's fine. That's right. Otherwise, we're going to look downwards. So that is just going to be that, and the Y is going to be +1. Dependency position. So then we're going to say if that equals that X, or if that equals that Y. There's no way I've remembered this is working, right? Wait, Y. Oh, no, that's right. Ah! Okay. No, it still propagates up. What was the thing you just asked me to do? Oh yeah, so basically test this. If they're blocked at the bottom, it shouldn't propagate upwards. It doesn't. Okay, so that's good. But I've still got a problem here. Okay, shall I move my starting position so that it's start inside the thing? Is that in level? Why do I set that? Or is it game state? Yeah, it is. Y 9.5. Okay, we start on top. Cool. So what's my issue here? It's not getting cancelled. Why is it not getting cancelled? Rules. Check for cancellation. If to position is empty. Oh. Because it's hitting that condition going, oh, the space is empty. I guess I'll go. All right. Yeah, I should probably do that. I mean, it's all the thing I was thinking is surprising that I haven't set the start position to play it just in cell units rather than in like physics units. But it's a game jam. Well, it's not a game jam. Is Confounding Calendar a game jam? Sort of. By some definition of game jam. It doesn't have to be a jam on. It doesn't have to be named a jam to be a jam. Okay, so yeah, my issue is the order that I'm checking these. I should really do, if that, yeah, I should just do that one last, basically, else. Oh, no. Yeah. So else that... And here I'm assuming there is a movement ahead, but if there isn't a movement ahead, then I want to do that. Okay, so if movement ahead is not equal null, then do the stuff we were doing, which is that. And then otherwise, I'm not sure I actually need that anymore, because there's no movement ahead. I think it means it's empty. Let's see what happens. Nope, movement is not defined. Oh, movement ahead. Oops. Because there's two... yeah, why did the blocking the bottom one work well, blocking the middle one didn't? Because the cancellation because there's two steps of cancellation, right? First, we push all the objects in the same row as us, and we check if they can move, and we cancel them if they can't, so that we don't propagate upwards if they can't move. And so I put the check, like the... Yes, okay, so I'm cancelling along the row, then afterwards I'm propagating upwards, but I'm only propagating upwards if they're not cancelled in the row. But then what I'm not doing then is properly cancelling things if the one below it gets cancelled. Because like what happens in this case, when I push this, and I push again, is that this pushes this, I check for cancellations, there aren't any. Then I propagate all movements upwards. This propagates to nothing, this propagates to that one, this propagates to that one, that propagates to that one, that propagates to that one. They're all moving. Then I do another check for cancellations. These have already been checked, so they don't get checked again. This gets checked, this gets checked, this gets checked. It sees a static object in front of it. It gets cancelled, then this gets checked, and what I want it to do is go, oh, the thing below me was cancelled, therefore I should be cancelled, because that's where I got my movement from. Which, maybe it's done now? What was the last thing I just did? Maybe it's done now? It's done. We've got no problems. We don't need to change anything. Perfect. I can make interesting shapes because there's no gravity. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, actually, I think I can jump that distance, can't I? Yeah, I've definitely broken the coyote time, but it's fine. I can still make that jump. Ta-da! I think that is everything. Let's check some other weirder layouts. Let's go even taller. And then the funny thing is I could leave a block because there's no gravity right now. I could leave a block there. These will go underneath it, and then they'll start dragging it along. Oh, what happened then? Oh, that's not good. Hold on. One just disappeared, didn't it? Yeah, I don't have undo yet. I need to add undo. So what's happening there? Perhaps cancellation should be checked once per row. I mean, maybe that would fix this issue. I think I'm on the right lines though. I think let's just see what the issue is here. So in this position, these all propagate to each other. We check if they're cancelled, they aren't. These all propagate up. Oh, because you also need to check ahead of you, of course. Oh, ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's not if it's not null, it's if it is cancelled. If it is cancelled, then we cancel. But we also need to check ahead as well. If the one below isn't cancelled, we want to leave this unresolved. If it is cancelled, we do want to stop, yes. Because the friction wouldn't have dragged it, yes. Yes, that's correct. But we also want to check ahead. Yeah. So I did this wrong. So we still want to like always check ahead. Well, not necessarily. Great 2D, nice. I think that's what I'm building, isn't it? Okay, so if the cause is if the cause is friction, then we check below. Otherwise, like not otherwise, and then we, okay. If the cause is friction, then below movement equals this, but with these, these two. That's the below movement. And then we check if below movement, we also need to say, well, if below movement is not null, and below movement, I mean, how could it be null? It's caused by friction. Okay, it can't be. For some definition of can't. If below movement, what am I looking for? Is cancelled. If it is cancelled, not just like always propagate the cancellation, but only if it actually is cancelled, then we cancel. This true. Okay. And only if that doesn't happen do we continue checking for the other kind. I mean, I could just like continue and we'd loop back around. Maybe I want to do that. So like else. Oh no, hold on. I think I just continue here. I think it's clearer to think of horizontal propagations as pre-movement and vertical propagations as while movement. I guess I don't know what you mean. I think that's kind of what I'm doing. Pre-movement. But I guess that's not quite right because, well, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Pending move is cancelled, so we can just move on to the next one. All resolved is still true at that point. Yeah. But we don't know that we're leaving it unresolved until we do the second check for push movement. For like basically the thing ahead. Yes. which we may or may not be able to resolve. Oh, I just did that wrong. That goes there. That goes there. That can go away. Movement ahead. Like I've called it below movement, but then movement ahead. Ahead movement? Sure. If there is an ahead movement, then, and that is cancelled. No, so this is where we would care about, we'd propagate it regardless. No, we wouldn't. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. If we aren't propagating it, then that's false. If there is no ahead movement, then we know we can move forwards at this point, because otherwise that would have happened. There's an error. Syntax error somewhere. Where? Somewhere in here. What have we got wrong? Const below movements. Pending moves, fine movement, that's a bracket there. Return. Oh, no comment there. What just happened when I reloaded? Was that fine? That was maybe fine. That works? That works. It's hard to follow along with somebody else's code. I think that works. Jump down. Oh, the thing I was testing, right, was this, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Burp. 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 I mean, it's a bit of nightmare code as well as to. Any other like weird situations to test? Okay, let me put a wall there. I should probably, let's move the player up again. Let's move up like 2 more. Okay. So do this, and it doesn't move. If I push this, that should move, but the others shouldn't. Yep. If only we had gravity on the blocks, but we don't, but it's fine. If I push this like that, if I did that like that, that happens. Let me do this, and then make this just one. Put some walls between crates in... Oh, why is this chat window like this? In a middle level. Put some walls between crates in the middle level. Like... let me test that in a second. 1 second. Okay, everything seems good. Yeah, it's like the emoji button. It's like floating over the chat. Do you mean like this? That shouldn't propagate, right? Yeah, okay. Is that what you meant? Or something else? Horizontally. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Oh, I like the idea. So this, this, like that. So what should happen is that these three should move and that should move. That should, well, it should fall, but yeah. Okay, and then so these three should move, that should move, that should move, that should move, that shouldn't, and that shouldn't. There we go. Yay, that's correct. I keep doing things and thinking it's wrong, but no, that's right. Okay, let's push this one right into the... Oh, yep, sorry, hold on. I wasn't ready for it. Right, right. Yep. Okay, committing. Yep. Status. Get add. What is this? This is box pushing. Hooray, what time is it? 10:30. This is cool, right? This is super cool. Let's get rid of that wall so I can come around underneath. Push those. Yeah, perfect. Can I jump up there? I can. Oh, it's cool that the physics allows that. I should like fix my coyote time, but yeah. But the reason that's working is because of the anti-coyote time. But the coyote time's not working. If only things fell. I swear sometimes I'm like pressing up. Uh-oh. Oh, this will be a bug with pushing on the wall. Yeah, whoops. So I clearly like... Wait, what do I need to do? I need to like not do that if... Wait. Oh, wait, why are there any... Oh. The issue is like at the bottom where I'm being like, oh, take the first one. Yeah, okay. Because there might not be one, because I might be pushing on the wall. Shall I just be like really hacky? Okay, let's push on the wall. Yay! I like how all this code runs, even when you're pushing on the wall. I mean, it doesn't do much because all the lists will be empty, so it'll just skip over everything really quickly, but like, it's still funny that it goes through all that. Okay, I'm gonna amend my previous commit because that's a silly bug. Get commit, amend. Okay. Cool. Cool. Do I want boxes to fall next? Maybe. I want to fall with the same acceleration that the player does as well. At what point shall I do animations as well? Animations won't be that difficult, I don't think. Because like none of this changes. Like the rules around actually pushing something are the same. It's only when we're like actually making the change that there's reason to care. Like we're making the change, but we're also saying play the animation to represent that change. And that should be easy enough to do, I think. Oh, I just realized this doesn't need that. And this doesn't need from position. I'm going to amend again. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Do I stop now? Or is there like something else I want to do? I could fix coyote time. Oh, I don't really want to. Or do I? I have to eventually. That's what I tell myself. If there's like tasks in a project that I don't want to do, I just tell myself, well, I'm going to have to eventually, so do it now. Where is it? Physics. It's because I jumbled all this up and it's all wrong now. This code is super ugly and I think I broke coyote time. Yes, I did. Let's just make sure I definitely did by making the coyote time really high. 1 second. Yeah. Okay, it's broken. If there is a jump timestamp, which means there's basically a jump queued. If the time between now and that jump timestamp is less than the anti-coyote time, which is basically the delay after a jump is pressed that it can happen. So which will be like immediate, it can happen now. So yes, that'll be fine. If on ground or last on ground timestamp is less than coyote time seconds as 1000s. Do I think my last on ground timestamp's wrong or something? Possibly? If not on ground, also log that. Okay, that's not even happening. It's not queuing the jump in if I'm in the air because I changed something. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that code. The jump timestamp isn't being set because I'm not on ground. That's why. So do I want to move, maybe I want to move the logic around coyote time up to here. But I can't because I don't know if I'm on the ground yet. Yes, because all that happens between then and there. Oh no, I do. I do know if I'm on the ground. I think I could just move the thing to there and just only queue the jump if, yeah, that feels right. And then get rid of the on ground here? Because it wouldn't be set if, yeah, I think that's right. So if that's, if on ground and if, no. I don't want these things to happen. So this should really be a separate thing, shouldn't it? What are these things? This is pushing. Yeah, that should only happen if I'm actually on ground. Okay, let's just make a separate thing. If on actual grounds. If. Thanks, Marcos. Thanks for hanging out and helping. If on ground or within coyote time. When does that get set? Ugh. No, it's not when it gets set. When does that get set? Down there. Yeah, flip these around. Well, that's the same as that. If jump queued, I feel like I'm inverting something I did earlier that I did for a reason, but now I don't know why. What have I just done? If, Yeah, so this is the thing I want to do. This actually cues the jump. This says the jump's actually going to happen. If these things, yes. And then we always clear jump queued, yep. Sure. And then I'm saying I just don't need this anymore, which is that one there. I don't believe this, but okay, that fixed coyote time. Did it break? So the issue I remember trying to... Oh no, I can double jump. I can only triple jump? How's that? No, wait, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't. Okay. So if a jump is queued, which just means that's like a bad name. That basically means the jump key was pressed. If the jump key was pressed, and we're on the ground, or this, the jump is queued, and we're on the ground. Then we set the timestamp of the jump to that. That's right. So that also works if we're under a ledge. So why is it even working in midair? Because I'm not on ground and it's not... Oh, because the coyote time's really long. Ah, yes, of course. That's why. Oh, that does mean I can double jump that. Okay, that was the issue I was fixing. The issue I was fixing is that if I tap really quickly, I can do 2 jumps. Yeah. So basically, I only want kite time to work if I'm like walking off a ledge, not if I'm jumping. So when do I set that? I set that then. That is my last ground timestamp. Oh, I guess I could just say if the coyote time only happens if my velocity is going down. There would be a time where that's not quite what I want, but it would probably work in general. I guess the other option I've got is the last on ground timestamp. No, it always gets set, right? If I'm... Well, no, it's not always. It always gets set if I'm on the ground. Yeah, so then when I jump, I was last on ground then. And so coyote time kicks in. Could I clear that if I jump? That's the solution, isn't it? If I jump, clear the last on ground timestamp. Or just like set it back to 0, because that's where it starts off. Okay. Coyote time. Cool. It's like very minimal coyote time right now, but yes. And no double jumping. Really hard to test. Let's test it by making the coyote time really long. Yeah. So the jump doesn't let me do coyote time, but walk off the edge does. Cool. And then I guess the other thing to check is this thing, the anti-coyote time. If I run out of here, press up a little bit early. Maybe works. Let's make it longer so I can really know for sure. So 1 second I've got to do coyote time. And then, yep, anti-coyote time also works. Cool. So I'm gonna make that. I think I like the coyote time a bit longer. Even longer, I think. Let's make them both that. Which is what it was earlier. But I like it. I just like it being really open. It doesn't matter if you can like do crazy jumps. And then here, if we do this. What happened then? Was that just a frame drop? Yeah, that works pretty well. I think there is a moment there when my velocity is high, right? While I'm underneath the thing. Is that true? Physics. Console log player velocity y. So when I'm stuck underneath and I jump, no, it's always 0. I have to think about that for animation purposes, because I would still like a jump animation to happen, I think. And so they're like bonking their head on the ceiling. Like I could always just make the character shorter. Maybe that's the solution. Yeah, that might be the solution. But then the anti-coyote time has no purpose. Okay, whatever. Fixed it. Console.log, there's none. Are there still logs if I do this? No. Status. Fix coyote time. I should probably finish there. That is me done for today, I believe. So next time, there are 2 obvious things to sort out. Next time might be tomorrow. Although I do have some other stuff I should really get done. Tomorrow, next time, whenever that is, there are 2 things I could focus on. One is like making the blocks fall, which is also tied into like the idea of like an again, as it would be called in puzzle script, like the turns that just happen immediately after without allowing more user input. Should, like, if the player and a bunch of blocks are falling at the same time, actually, could that even happen? You'd have to be pushing them off something. So that can't happen? I think that can happen. Okay, that's nothing to worry about. I was thinking if a player and a bunch of blocks falling at the same time, should the player be able to move during that animation? Also, there's the question of should the blocks falling count as 1 turn or multiple turns? Both in terms of like, well, in terms of undo, it definitely shouldn't count as more than 1. In fact, the push should also be counted as the 1 thing. All the again turns should just not be saved on the undo stack. But what was What's the other thing? But as an animation, I think as an animation, I want to treat it as one thing. So I think my falling of blocks should happen. It should be one turn. It should be like this block is moving to this place after all the falling is finished. And then I can do a tween that increases with gravity. So it falls in the same way the player would fall. That seems right to me. Alright, okay, that's what we're going to do next time. Falling. And then I guess animation's the other big thing that you're sorting out. And then the rest of the rules of the game. Wait, does that work nicely now? Kinda. Like the holding right, you can see sometimes I'll like pop up into the gap slightly, but I was thinking about this earlier, what's happening there is that my leniency for like going into a gap on the left or the right overrides the leniency for going into a tunnel above. So that's what's happening there. I think that should probably happen the other way around, but it's not a big enough deal to actually care about. Okie dokie. Things seem to work. Alright, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, folks. There'll probably be another stream tomorrow. It might be fairly short, but we'll see. We shall see. Alrighty. Goodbye.